What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. And the international break is slowly coming to an end and Erik Ten Hag still hasn't been sacked. And I did expect this because getting rid of the manager after backing him in the summer and giving him the funds to bring in 5 new players and then sacking him after 7 games of a Premier League season does seem a little bit premature. So I'm not surprised that he is still in a job. However, these next upcoming games for Manchester United will well and truly tell how this season is going to pan out for us. As for Erik Ten Hag, me personally, I've mentioned this previously in my other videos. He would have been sacked after the FA Cup final win over Manchester City in the summer last season. And you're probably thinking, why get rid of your manager after kind of winning a trophy or whatever? Because he's finished third and then he finished 8th, which just isn't good enough in terms of league progression. But you see, LVG was sacked for finishing 5th. And he won the FA Cup as well in his last game for Manchester United. But with regards to LVG as well, he finished 5th, but he was tied on goal difference with Manchester City. So Man United only finished 5th on goal difference, and they could have easily finished 4th that season as well. So in terms of Erik Ten Hag, I don't think enough progression has been made in his time here at Manchester United. He's had 2 full seasons, and one could argue that we've gone backwards with regards to kind of progression as a team. We need to be kind of moving higher up the league table, but finishing 3rd in his first season was okay, because the season before Manchester United finished 6th when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked, and then Ralf Rangnick took over and Man United finished 6th that season. So then you finished in Erik Ten Hag's first season, you finished 3rd. But then the season after you finished 8th. And I just don't think enough progression has been made under this manager. And he has been backed quite a lot as well. He's been backed more than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in terms of the players he's had come through the door. And overall, I just don't think that keeping hold of Erik Ten Hag is the long-term solution for Manchester United if we want to be challenging for Premier League titles, which we want to get back to hopefully in the future. But in terms of this video, I thought I'd kind of speak about Erik Ten Hag's kind of first 2 years at Manchester United. So yeah, let's get into that. So in his first season, like I mentioned, he did finish 3rd in the Premier League. He did come up as runners-up in the FA Cup, and we did win the EFL Cup. In the Europa League, we got to the quarterfinals. So in terms of a first season for progression, it was okay. He did have to deal with the Cristiano Ronaldo issue as well mid-season when Ronaldo came out and did that Piers Morgan interview. So that was another thing that Erik Ten Hag had to deal with in his first season, and I think he kind of manoeuvred that quite well. Even though I think that Cristiano Ronaldo should have been playing more that season at Manchester United. That said though, obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the manager that actually signed Cristiano Ronaldo, and I wouldn't have sacked Ole. But that's a totally separate video in itself that I might do. I might go over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure at Manchester United and how much progression we made under him. And I do think that we made more progression under Ole in Ole's kind of tenure than we have under Erik Ten Hag. So yeah, in terms of Premier League finishes, if you look at the Premier League table, we finished 3rd. But if you look into it a little bit more detail here, we were quite a little bit off kind of the leaders, Manchester City. And not only that, but I think that Liverpool had a little bit of a poor season, and obviously Chelsea all the way down in 12th on 44 points. Usually, Chelsea are up there, top 6, challenging for the Champions League spaces. So I do think that teams in and around Manchester United did underperform in the season that we finished 3rd under Erik Ten Hag. So obviously Liverpool as well on 67 points there as well. So Aston Villa on 61. I think that was Unai Emery's first season in charge. So I think in terms of finishing 3rd, I think it was a little bit kind of what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit papering over the cracks of Erik Ten Hag as a coach tactically. And we've seen kind of since the start of his tenure, Man United have conceded 3+ goals in 24 matches across all competitions. That's just a ridiculous stat, to be honest. But yeah, in terms of finishing third, I do think it papered over the cracks a little bit. And we did kind of get exposed in the season after, whereby we finished 8th. So one could say that was a better reflection of Manchester United's squad overall. But yeah, so I think finishing third was a little bit kind of papering over the cracks. And even the kind of the EFL Cup win that we won against Newcastle, we did have quite an easy run to win this trophy as well. Aston Villa at home, Burnley at home, Charlton at home. I mean, that's 3 games in a row, all at home in the third, fourth, and quarterfinals. And obviously, these are teams we should be beating. Like at Villa, a Premier League side, yeah, I know Burnley, Premier League. I think they're in the Championship right now. But Charlton Athletic, they're in the EFL League One. So really, we should be beating these teams. So it was a very easy run that Erik Ten Hag had in terms of winning his first trophy as a Manchester United manager, the EFL Cup, and then Newcastle in the final as well. It was it's not like a Manchester City or a Chelsea or a Liverpool that we avoided all these teams in this kind of EFL Cup run. So I do think that it was kind of papering over the cracks a little bit with regards to not just Erik Ten Hag as a coach tactically, but Man United as a squad overall. I do think that we have a very kind of overrated squad right now, and the squad that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left, I think if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had until the end of the season, and he had 3 full seasons, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could have saved the season. But that squad that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left was quite attack heavy, and it wasn't kind of balanced. I might make another video on that. It would be interesting to kind of go over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure at Manchester United as well. So in terms of the FA Cup, we did get to the final, and then obviously we got to the final against Manchester City, and we're finally beaten by a decent side. In this run of getting to the FA Cup final, we're beating easy sides really. You got Everton, Reading, West Ham, Fulham, all sides we should be beating comfortably. And then you've got Brighton, which they took us to penalties, and we won 7-6 on penalties as well. A team like Brighton in the semi-final, really we should be beating them in normal time, in 90 minutes. But we come up against Manchester City, and we get a poor start to the game. I think Gundogan scores in the first minute or something. Let me just check. I think he scores pretty early on. Yeah, Gundogan scores, and we have a kind of a poor start to the game. And we come up against a decent side in the FA Cup, and we are beaten by Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, who did in fact to go on to win the treble that season. So in terms of Premier League finishes, finishing third, I do think it kind of papered over the cracks a little bit, but in the league table doesn't lie. This season, statistically, Manchester United were the best were the third best team in the league statistically, but like I said, I do think it kind of papered over the cracks a little bit in terms of Erik Ten Hag's first season. But obviously, I can't kind of knock the fact that we did kind of win our first trophy in about 6 years. I think the last trophy we won was the what's it called, the Europa League under Jose Mourinho, and so this was the first trophy in about 6 years. So obviously you can't knock that fact, which was pretty decent. So if we move on to Erik Ten Hag's second season as Manchester United manager, unfortunately we finished 8th in the Premier League, and we won the FA Cup, and in the EFL Cup we got to the 4th round, and in the Champions League we were knocked out at the group stage, which was a very disappointing Champions League campaign, finishing bottom of the group, whereby we should be kind of getting through this group here, not easily necessarily. Look at that, just a horrible kind of set of results there, 4 losses there. But I think we were winning kind of against Copenhagen 3-1 at one point, I think. I don't remember, but Yeah, we really should be getting through this group. Copenhagen and Galatasaray, we need to be taking kind of maximum points off them, and then obviously Bayern Munich up there. You know, it's going to be always going to be a hard game against Bayern Munich as well. So that Champions League kind of group stage was very disappointing. Obviously, and then yeah, in terms of the kind of league position, if we speak about that. I think that this last season whereby we finished 8th, it really showed how kind of overrated this Manchester United squad actually is, and how tactically kind of short Erik Ten Hag is in terms of kind of playing good football and progression and stuff. I really didn't see anything that much of Manchester United last season to actually warrant him to be in charge of Manchester United this season. So in terms of if we have a look at our matches in the Premier League, we just a couple of wins, a couple of losses. Starting off, but you can see our league position here: 7th, 12th, 8th, 11th, 13th, 9th, kind of mid-table-ish, not really getting anywhere, but yeah, go down, and then you see the league position here. So if I go to the Premier League table here, obviously Man United finishing 8th, 18 wins, 6 draws and 14 losses with a -1 goal difference. And straight away, what I'm picking up at is we kind of not scoring enough goals. And this was a season whereby I think we kind of let Ronaldo go the last season, and we bought Wout Weghorst in on loan, which just screams desperation, really. I think in terms of the forward positions, especially the striker position, wasn't necessarily managed correctly at Manchester United. So if we have a look at the squad here, squad statistics, obviously you got Martial there, 5 appearances, 1 league goal. Marcus Rashford there, you've got 7 league goals and 26 appearances. Højlund, 25 appearances, 10 league goals. Bruno Fernandes, 35 league appearances, 10 league goals there as well. I just don't think that we scored nowhere near enough goals last season to kind of obviously warrant a higher league position. We did finish level on points with Newcastle, but obviously Newcastle scoring far more goals than us. They have a +23 goal difference compared to our -1. So yeah, in terms of that, like, we just didn't score enough goals this season. And if you look at the squad from last season, there isn't enough goals here. There's just nowhere near enough goals here. In terms of the season before as well, if we have a look, statistics, if we have a look at the goal scorers, Marcus Rashford there with 17 goals, that's pretty decent. Bruno Fernandes with 8 there. But then again, that's about it. Where's Wout Weghorst? 10 league appearances, 0 goals there. It's just not really good enough in terms of goals. Again, we didn't, even though we finished 3rd here in the league, if we have a look at the goals for, we only scored 58. And this next season as well, how many goals did we score? Finishing 8th, 57 goals we scored. So first season under Erik Ten Hag in the league, we scored 58 goals and we finished 3rd. But if you look at Newcastle finished below us, they scored 68 goals. Liverpool finished below us, scored 75 goals. Brighton finished below us, scored 72 goals. Then you've got Tottenham here, finished below us 8th. They scored 70 goals. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 teams that finished below us in the league, but they scored more goals than us. So this has been a major issue since Erik Ten Hag has come in my opinion. We're just not scoring enough goals. We didn't score enough goals in his first season, and we didn't score enough goals in his second season. And there you can see the kind of obviously other sides kind of strengthen and they get better, they make more signings and they get better coaches or whatever, and they kind of sort out the issues that they were having the previous season before. And not only that, but Manchester United kind of get exposed for their lack of goals basically. So this season, Erik Ten Hag's first season, Marcus Rashford was the top goal scorer with 17 goals, and then all competitions 30 goals. But I'm just kind of focusing on the league here, league table. So yeah, it's like 58 goals there scored for Manchester United. Just nowhere near good enough in Erik Ten Hag's first season. And I think, like I said before, we were very lucky to be finishing third because, you've got teams below us that are outscoring us by so many more goals, yet they're getting less points than us. So yeah, in terms of the last season, the where we finished 8th, you can just see that it's kind of caught up to us. With regards to signings last season as well, obviously you've let go of kind of Cristiano Ronaldo, and then Cavani went before as well, and then you've got kind of Mason Greenwood not really playing a part in not really playing a part in Erik Ten Hag's first season. He was still a Manchester United player, but I think he went on loan or whatever, so he wasn't there. Marcus Rashford is nowhere near scoring enough goals in the league last season. You got this was Erik Ten Hag's first season. Yeah, that's 3 goals. That's appearances. My bad. 17 goals in Erik Ten Hag's first season for Marcus Rashford. Then the season afterwards, you've got 7 goals, so you've got kind of a drop off there as well. But the main theme that I'm trying to get at here is that in the 2 full seasons that Erik Ten Hag has been in charge, we're nowhere near scoring enough goals to be warranting a kind of a good high league position. Really, when Erik Ten Hag kind of finished third in this season here, we really should have kind of gone out and bought Harry Kane or something. I think Harry Kane did move in the 2023 summer transfer window, the window we signed Højlund. If we have a look here, transfers in. We bought in Mount, Evans, Onana, Amas from Watford, Højlund from Atlanta. But yeah, that's about it really. In terms of like goals, you've kind of just let go. Who have we let go of last season? Ronaldo had went before. But yeah, there's in terms of first team players, can't really see that many that we let go of, except for like Phil Jones and stuff, David De Gea as well. But yeah, like I was mentioning before, in terms of goals, not enough are being scored these past 2 seasons under Erik Ten Hag as well. And if we go up and have a look, top goal scorer in the league, Bruno Fernandes with 10, and Rasmus Højlund with 10 as well. And overall, our highest goal scorer last season was Rasmus Højlund with 16 goals in all competitions. I think he did score 6 goals in the Champions League group stage. But squad statistics, if you have a look, last season, keep saying it, we're not scoring nowhere near enough goals to be warranting a higher league position. And finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at this season and this transfer window. Go to the 24-25 season, go to transfers, and we have a look. Xerxes, Yoro, De Ligt, Mazraoui and Ugarte coming in, and Kone as well. I just don't think that's enough to be kind of moving from kind of 8th position all the way into the top 4. I really don't think that we, Manchester United, have a squad that is good enough to be finishing in like the top 7, 8. Yeah, I think there are quite a lot of teams that have better squads than us, and I think our squad right now is very overrated. It was very unfortunate that we let Alvaro Carreras, I think, Alvaro go to Benfica. He has been kind of when we have a left back problem, we let this left back go to Benfica, and I've been hearing good things about him playing in Benfica, but also he did have a decent youth career at Manchester United as well, and it was disappointing to see him go when we've kind of struggled at left back for the past 2 years with regards to constant injuries to Luke Shaw and Taro Malacia as well. I think Malacia and Luke Shaw, they need to be, because of how injury prone they are, I think they need to be moved on as well. But if you have a look at the outs, there's quite a lot of first team players that have gone out. Obviously you've got Varane moving on, Martial moving on, who's a lot of goals as well. He's a proven kind of his last season at the club. but the season before, he under Ollie as well, he was alright in terms of scoring goals. Obviously Donny van der Beek, Mason Greenwood as well, another guaranteed kind of striker that's going to give you goals. He's gone as well. And then McTominay as well. He can get you goals coming off the bench. Them so many kind of late goals. Or I think Scott McTominay scored 10 goals last season. Let me have a look how many goals he scored last season. Let's have a look. Squad statistics, McTominay. 7 league goals last season? That's 7 league goals last season from central midfield, and that's 18 appearances. I think that is substitute appearances. I'm not sure what. I think that might be substitute appearances, but 7 league goals in 18 appearances in the league from midfield. I mean, that is really, really good. That, and then you let kind of that go. Obviously, I don't think that Scott McTominay was the type of player to be leading Man United to Premier League titles, but I think he was like a decent to have around the squad. But yeah, he's gone. So in terms of goals, no, not good enough. Man United aren't scoring enough goals, and I don't think we have enough goals this season to be kind of finishing in the top 4 or in the top 8. To be honest with you, yeah. So if we move on to this season and we have a look at Erik Ten Hag and the league table, it's not looking good. In the Europa League, it's not looking good. There we are. We're in 21st position with 2 draws, 0 goal difference, 2 points there. We do advance. I think the top 24 teams do advance to the knockout phase, but they're unseeded. So you could get away with kind of not getting enough points. And then still going through to the knockout round of the Europa League. But if we have a look at the Premier League matches so far, it's not good viewing, is it? I mean, look at that. We've not scored in our last 3 Premier League games. And in terms of form as well, it's nowhere near good enough. You've got 1 league win against Southampton in the last 6 games. I mean, that is just mad, in terms of league form. Not good enough. But in terms of our squad, like I mentioned, I really don't think we have enough goals in it. So that's really bad. Have a look at the kind of league table right now. There we are, all the way in 14th there. Played 7, won 2, drawn 2, lost 3. Sitting in 14th with Brentford at home next week on Saturday. It's not looking good, bruv. Honestly, the league table is not looking good whatsoever. And people may say, we're only kind of 6 points off top 4. We are only 6 points off top 4. However, there are 10 teams above us that have to drop points. So I think that is a very large gap. Not only that, but like I mentioned, like I keep mentioning this video, and like I will mention, I don't see us scoring enough goals this season. I just don't see it. So that's that for Manchester United. Have a look at the kind of squad that we have right now. I think this is most probably the most overrated squad that we have assembled post Sir Alex Ferguson. This squad, barring the additions of the 5 kind of players that we bought in the summer transfer window, did finish 8th last season. And I know we had a lot of injuries last season, but I don't really care. We're Manchester United. It doesn't matter how many injuries we have. There's no way on earth that we should be finishing 8th in the league. And so in terms of progression, Erik Ten Hag, if we come back to him, this is what kind of this video is about, Erik Ten Hag and stuff, and Man United looking forward. It's not good enough, and I think that personally we should have got rid of Erik Ten Hag after the FA Cup final win against Manchester City last season. However, getting rid of him right now, after 7 games played in the Premier League, I think it is a little bit premature, to be honest. I think it is a little bit premature because obviously you're only 7 games in, and a lot can happen up until now to the end of the season. Not only that, but changing your manager mid-season is very difficult as well. So unless kind of Ineos and the Glazers, they have like a plan with regards to if this was to happen with regards to results, this is who we want next in. So for example, you just get in Thomas Tuchel on an interim basis until the end of the season. Maybe that would be alright. Or you get in personally, I believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserved more time, and I think he's been the best manager post Sir Alex Ferguson. I would honestly, I'd take Ole right now as an interim until the end of the season. Yeah, I would take him because I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a decent manager. I think he did a pretty good job in the time that he was here as the Manchester United manager, and I think he was unfortunate to get sacked. But that is a separate video I might be making, so possibly look out for that. So in terms of looking forward, in terms of the Man United squads in total, I just want to make another point as well with regards to goals. There isn't a single Manchester United player that has scored over 20 league goals since Robin Van Persie when we won the league in the 2012-2013 season. That was the last time that Manchester United, that a player scored over 20 league goals for Manchester United in the Premier League. And that was Robin Van Persie, and he scored 26 league goals. After that, no Manchester United player has scored over 20 league goals. That says something with regards to kind of how many chances we're creating, but also the types of forwards that we're buying as well. That we can't be that they're not breaking that 20 league goal threshold. We really need to be maybe possibly going out into the window and getting a striker that can guarantee you kind of Premier League goals. Personally, instead of Rasmus Højlund, I would have gone for Harry Kane. I would have, because he was looking to move Tottenham, and he moved in the, I think, 2023 transfer window. I would have gone for Kane instead of Højlund, but that's just me because Harry Kane is guaranteeing you Premier League goals, and Højlund is unproven. His first season in Premier League, he scored 10 goals in about 30 appearances. If we have a look at Højlund's stats from his first season squad, so yeah, you've got 30 appearances there and 10 league goals. I would have gone for Harry Kane personally, but that's just me. So in terms of the squad, I do believe it's lacking goals. It is very overrated. And in terms of looking forward, Man United, I think these next kind of couple of fixtures coming up until the November international break could make or break Erik Ten Hag. I do think that the board needs to be making some precautionary kind of scenarios with regards to if, for example, they were to sack Erik Ten Hag, who would they go out and get as on an interim basis? There is no point in sacking Erik Ten Hag and just giving it Ruud van Nistelrooy until the end of the season. There's no point in doing that whatsoever. There needs to be a plan in place if you want to get rid of your manager mid-season. And this is why, even though I am kind of Erik Ten Hag out to a certain degree, I wouldn't be looking to get rid of Erik Ten Hag mid-season unless it gets really, 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 really bad. That said, though, it could get really bad if we do lose to Brentford at home next Saturday. That could be honestly really bad outside Old Trafford, man. But what else was I going to mention? I was going to say, so getting rid of the manager mid-season is kind of, is one of them ones. It can sometimes work, can sometimes not, but usually you don't see that much of a change in form when you get rid of your manager kind of mid-season. Usually that's it. It can be different sometimes, but I've not really kind of seen it that drastic whereby you get rid of your manager. Apart from Aston Villa did get rid of Steven Gerrard when they were 16th and they finished 7th in Unai Emery's first season as Aston Villa manager. So it can work sometimes, it can not as well. But if Ineos and the Glazers weren't happy with Erik Ten Hag, honestly, they should have sacked him at the end of last season. This season, let's have a look at Man United's transfer window under Erik Ten Hag. You can have a look at that. I mean, that is just insane. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players Erik Ten Hag signed for a combined £616 million, right? And I would argue that our best signing has been Eriksen on a free. Like, honestly, all that money spent, and we've bought a couple of Bayern Munich players and Ajax rejects or whatever, Yeah, maybe the Bayern Munich rejects as well, De Ligt and Mazraoui. Why are Bayern Munich selling us players that they don't think are good enough for Bayern Munich? I don't know. And then you've got Ajax rejects as well in Martinez and Anthony. You've got, so that's over £600 million spent on 13 players, and arguably, I would argue that our best signing has been Christian Eriksen on a free. It's just madness, really. It just goes to show how kind of the club's been functioning over the past kind of 10 years since Sir Alex Ferguson has left. It's just not been good enough in terms of recruitment. Rasmus Højlund as well. You brought him in to be your number 9 for £72 million from Atalanta, and he is yet to kind of find his feet properly in the Premier League. He is yet to prove himself. I'm not sure if he is the one to be leading Manchester United to kind of 20, 25 plus goals in the Premier League season that can actually lead you to a Premier League title. And like I mentioned before, no Man United player has scored over 20 league goals since Robin Van Persie, since we won when we won the league under Sir Alex Ferguson's last season in charge in the 2012-13 season. So that says a lot about the strikers that Man United have been recruiting, but also how we've been playing as well. We're kind of not providing enough chances for our forwards this season. So yeah, in terms of the Premier League table this season, it's not looking good. I'm not sure where Erik Ten Hag is going to be at the end of the kind of the Leicester game on the 10th of November. Honestly, I've got no idea how these fixtures are going to go. But yeah, it's not looking good for Manchester United in terms of this season. So finally, what I'm going to do is at the end of this video, because I have been mentioning quite a lot that I don't think Man United are kind of good enough to be kind of finishing in the top 4. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of do a Premier League predictor. So let me just pull that up right now, so we can kind of predict the league table. So here we go. So this is the kind of Premier League table predictor that we have right now. Let me just zoom in so I can get rid of these ads and stuff. Let me zoom in again. Yeah, okay. So who do I think is going to win the league this season? I'm going to be kind of referencing the league table from last season and this season as well, to kind of see who's got off to a decent start. Obviously, I should have done this at the start of the season, but I will hopefully do that next season. Do a Premier League predictor at the start of the season next season. So who do I think is going to win the league? I'm not quite sure. If we just put Liverpool, City and Arsenal, I think it's between them 3. Who's going to win the league out of them 3? And I'm not sure, to be honest. With Rodri out, it could be a kind of a significant kind of impact to Manchester City's midfield, but they do have kind of Gundogan in there, Bernardo Silva, and there's that new guy that they bought as well. I forgot his name. I completely forgot, but they have another central mid. I think Nunez. I think that's his name. I think so. City, with the squad and the money that City have spent, and Pep Guardiola as a manager as well, losing Rodri, is it really going to affect them? We'll see. I have seen that their kind of record with Rodri is better than without Rodri. But yeah, so they're the 3 teams that I think are literally title contenders this season. I don't think another team is going to get close to them, and they are pretty much the top of the league right now. They occupy the top 3 positions at this moment in time as well. Man City and Arsenal right now currently unbeaten in the league. Liverpool have that 1 loss against Nottingham Forest at home, which was a surprise defeat for them. But yeah, they are the 3 teams who I think are gonna kind of be challenging for the league. Saka as well. I think he did get injured this international break, so I'm not sure how long he's out for. But Liverpool's defence as well, I have to say, have been very good. They've conceded 2 league goals all all season this season so far. That's just two conceded. I think they have the highest clean sheets with 5. Surprisingly though, Manchester United do have the second highest clean sheets this season with 4, only 1 behind Liverpool, who have 5. So yeah, defensively Man United are looking all right, but conceded 8. Not really that good, is it now, in terms of them goals against Liverpool and Spurs. So who do I think is going to win the league? Honestly, it's very tough. Very tough call. Can Manchester City do, like, what is it, 5 Premier League titles on the bounce? Madness. Is it 5? I think it's 5, yeah. I've lost count. How many league titles have Man City won? Yeah, I don't know, Man City, in terms of the goals they've been conceding as well, they've conceded 8. That's not too good, is it now? Conceded 8 goals this season. There, I would want Man City to be kind of keeping a couple more clean sheets. That was a poor draw away to Newcastle as well. Foden's not been firing as well this season. Kevin De Bruyne is also injured. It's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go Liverpool. As much as it pains me to say, I think I'm gonna go Liverpool as the champions. I really don't. Do I want Liverpool there though? Like, do I want Liverpool and then I think they'll have equal number of titles to Man United as well. Let me just check if that's true. Let me just check. Let me just check. Let me just check that for a sec. Most league titles in England. So yeah, okay. So yes, Man United have 20 league titles. Liverpool have 19. So if Liverpool were to win the league, then they would equal Man United's record with 20 league titles. Do I want that to happen? I don't know, I don't know. But then if Man City win, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. If Man City win the league, then that's 5 titles in a row. That's insane, man. That's insane. You know what? I'm going to go with Man City, man. I'm going to go with Man City. Oh, man. Yeah. Doing this as a United fan as well, man. It's so rough. So rough because we're so bad. We're so bad, man. Okay, so the final team that's going to occupy the Champions League space, I think I'm going to go with Chelsea. I think Chelsea have decently started off the season pretty well. 1 loss. Who was that against? The first game of the season was against Manchester City as well. So they are unbeaten since then. The next game is against Liverpool next week. That'll be an interesting game. Europa League 5th spot. I'm going to go with Aston Villa. Villa have been highly impressive since Unai Emery has taken charge. And I think Unai Emery is a very underrated coach. I personally wouldn't take him at Manchester United because Man United job, the pressure is something else, man. You need to get someone who can deal with that pressure, someone like maybe a Carlo Ancelotti, Zinedine Zidane, these types of managers. Pep Guardiola as well, yeah, someone like that. 6th to 7th. Okay, so next, how I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to put all the teams that I think have better squads than United. So I think Spurs and Newcastle, I think they're better than Manchester United. I think Brighton as well, better than Man United as well. If we have a look at the league table from last season, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams finished above United. Brighton with 48 points there. Yeah. I could look really dumb, I could look really dumb by putting United this far down below, but you know what? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We might turn it around, we might not. So yeah, I could look really dumb doing this, but yeah. So let's put United there. Let's put West Ham. Have a look at the league table last season as well. Who Who got relegated? Luton, Burnley, Sheffield United. Let's go with Wolves. I think Ipswich and Leicester City are going to stay up. I don't know why. I think Southampton are down because of the football that they play with regards to kind of playing out the back and how much possession they want to dominate and trying to get the keeper involved. It's just, yeah, I don't see Southampton scoring enough goals this season as well. Have a look at the goals. Southampton there with 4. Wolves, oh my days. They're down in 7th. I mean, 7 played, 1 point down in 20th. Raw, okay. Yeah, it could change, of course. Yeah, I've got Wolves there in flipping. I don't think Wolves are that bad though. Like they've got like some decent players, Adama Traore, and they got that striker as well. I forgot his name, but yeah, I don't think Wolves are that bad. Who else is gonna get relegated? Crystal Palace. Where are they? Where did they finish last season? 10th. It's just honestly, like very easily, the 3 teams that got promoted last season from the Championship, Southampton, Ipswich Town, and Leicester City. I think all 3 of them could go straight down. Very easily, they could go down. But like, got Wolves and Crystal Palace down there. Palace, I don't think should be down here. Like, not got a single league win so far this season. Palace, I think they've got a decent squad, you know, Palace. I don't think Palace are going to get relegated. So we'll put Palace here. Everton as well. Where are Everton? I don't. Let's put Everton there. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 5 teams that need to go in this bracket here. Okay. 13, 14, 15, 16. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Oh, Fulham going to get relegated. I don't know. Bournemouth. Brentford. Nottingham Forest. Is that it? Bournemouth. They're in 13th right now. Are they going to get relegated along with Fulham and Southampton? I think Southampton are pretty much down. I really don't think Southampton are going to stay up. I really don't think so. I think Ipswich and Leicester City have a higher chance, of course, of staying up than Southampton. That was a good win for Brentford there, 5-3 against Wolves. Brentford scoring goals, man. Oh, it's going to be rough, man, at Old Trafford. If they get an early goal like they've been getting, Brentford, jeez. Oh, my God. It's going to be rough at Old Trafford, man. 13 goals there compared to United's 5. Only Southampton have scored less goals than United this season. Honestly, like, I think United here, between 8th to 12th. I think we could finish in any one of them positions there. We're genuinely, like, we're very average. We've got a very average squad. We've got We've got an average squad. We've got an average manager as well. So I think we could finish anywhere between 8th and 12th. We could finish anywhere in any of them positions there. But yeah, in terms of who's going down, man, this is a very difficult one. Where are Fulham? Fulham there in 8th. Wolves are conceding a lot of goals there, man. 21 goals. Oh my god, they're playing City as well. I think I'm going to put Wolves, you know. I think I'm going to put Wolves. Let's put Wolves down there with Southampton. Let's put Fulham up here. Let's put Leicester City there. Bournemouth. Fulham, Bournemouth and Wolves. They were mid-table last season though, weren't they? Very tricky, man. Should we put Forest down? Maybe we should put Forest down. Maybe we should put Forest down, yeah. Put Bournemouth there, Forest down. Think let's put Ipswich there. Fulham maybe there. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Anyway, I think I'm gonna kind of lock this in. I think this looks pretty decent. Yeah, like I've been mentioning in my previous videos, with regards to Manchester United, that I really don't think that we are that good. Like even the first game against Fulham, I said, you know, I'm pretty sure I said I don't think we're going to finish in the top 4, and we're not going to finish in the top 4. But yeah, in terms of Manchester United, I do think there are a lot of teams that are kind of have better squads and better managers than us. So that's why I've got Man United all the way here. We could easily finish like between any position between 8th and 12th. And that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. You know, Erik Ten Hag could turn it around. I don't know. But it's not looking good, innit? But yeah. In terms of... Yeah, I think I'm going to lock this in. If we have a look at the league table right now. Wolves. They're conceding a lot of goals. 21 conceded already. Yeah. 21 goals conceded already for Wolves. Yeah. But like, Wolves, I think they have a decent squad though, don't they? I think they have an okay squad. What's the squad? They got like Adama Traore in there. Then Strand Larson. And they finished, last season, they finished 14th. Forest. We're Brentford as well. Alright, you know what? Because I've been speaking for quite long, I think I'm going to lock this in. I think this is kind of my Premier League prediction. Obviously, a lot can happen between now and until the end of the season. Like a lot can happen. You know, Man United, they could sack Erik Ten Hag. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could come in and do an absolute madness. You never know. That could happen, yeah. But in terms of like getting relegated, I think it's very kind of up in the air right now still. I think Southampton are definite to go down because their style of play, how they play, with what's playing out. I just don't see that's feasible in the Premier League. I think you got to adapt, you got to change your ways. You got to be hard to beat, and I don't think Southampton are doing that. Like Southampton shipped 3 goals against Manchester United, and you know what? We're actually very lucky to win that game as well because Southampton had a penalty. Dalot gave away a penalty, and then they missed as well. So that game could have easily gone in any direction as well. And Man United wouldn't be on flipping 8 points, would be on 5 if Southampton win that game. And then that would be 1 win in 7 Premier League games. Relegation form. We are literally relegation form right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest with you as well. Like my ball knowledge, isn't that good. Like I'm not kind of that amazing with regards to my ball knowledge. I was when I was younger. I paid a lot of attention to different teams and stuff. But as I grew older, I kind of kind of just became more focused on United, and then I became disinterested with United as well when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked. Especially, I kind of like lost, not necessarily lost complete interest, but it was kind of like difficult to kind of support your team, kind of thing. When it's difficult to explain, like the years that Man United have had post Alex Ferguson, like honestly, like it's not for the faint-hearted. If you're still supporting your team and going to Old Trafford, like every single match day, then good on you, innit? But like I've never been a season ticket holder. I have had a couple memberships, official memberships for a couple seasons, but that's about it really. I don't remember the last time I went to Old Trafford either, and I live quite close by as well. But yeah, yeah. Do I lock this in or not? Do I lock this in? I think Wolves have a good squad though. Like, I don't understand how Wolves are down there. Where they finished last season, 14th. Like, also you look at the 3 teams that got promoted last season. They all went back down. Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield United got promoted from the Championship and they went straight back down. Usually, it's a lot tighter. It's about 40 points you need to get to stay up. But these 3 teams, like, the relegation was just basically done, like, way early on. But yeah, I don't see that happening this season. But yeah, I don't see that happening this season. Nottingham Forest, where Nottingham Forest? The 7th in the league where they finished last season? 17th. Brentford in 16th. Johan Wissa, man, are going to come and score like a first. And Buemo as well, going to score at Old Trafford in like the first minute. Oh my days. Oh my days, man. It's going to be rough. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to lock this in. I'm going to leave it here. So I'm gonna lock this in. This is my Premier League prediction for the 24-25 Premier League season. And yeah, this is it. Obviously, I could be wrong, and I could look really, really dumb for kind of putting these three teams down in the relegation zone: Wolves, Southampton, and Nottingham Forest. Like, yeah, I think any of these teams, like from Fulham, Palace, Everton, Brentford, Ipswich, Forest, Wolves, and Southampton, I think any three of them could get relegated. I think these three that I've put in the top 12 are safe. I think Leicester City, even though they came up from the Championship, I think they're going to do all right this season. I think they're going to do all right. I think Bournemouth are going to do all right as well. West Ham obviously going to do all right. I could look really foolish for putting United here. I could look really dumb for putting Manchester United way in, like, what, 8th, 9th position, between 8th and 12th. I could look really dumb for doing that, but it's just, like, my opinion. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, innit? And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Man United finish up here. Hopefully Man United finish in the top 4, but I just don't see it happening. So I do think that Man United are going to finish somewhere down here, somewhere between 8th and 12th. I think United are going to finish. But yeah, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, like, Rasmus Højlund scores like 30 Premier League goals, and he proves everyone that he is a prolific striker. I don't know. Hopefully he proves me wrong. Hopefully he gets 30 Premier League goals and Man United finish in the top 4. But yeah, I could be wrong. Anyway, if you enjoy this video, leave a like. And if you want more videos like this, whereby I talk about different Premier League teams and different kind of footballing content and different kind of different leagues possibly as well, let me know. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more Man United football related content. And I'll catch you in the next one.